Joining us now in a Power Lunch exclusive interview is Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont. Governor Lamont, I'd like to get you on in better circumstances, but let's talk about this. You saw what happened at the Empire Wind in New York. It was basically canceled. Then there was some deal made. It came back online. Do you think there is some sort of chance that you and your team could reach a deal with the Department of Interior or the White House to keep Revolution Wind going?
I sure hope so, and I'm going to try, Brian, because this decision was sudden, erratic, and insane. Look, as you point out, Revolution Wind is in the 8th inning, and it's going to generate 700 megawatts of power for our region. It's going to bring down costs for people. It's almost done. It turns on in 6 or 8 months, and this is a breach of contract. President wrote The Art of the Deal. The next sequel should have been A Deal is a Deal. We made a deal. We have all the permits. Money's been expended. Let's get this over the finish line.
I dust off my law books, Governor. You said breach of contract. You think there's a lawsuit here?
Let's sit down first. I'm looking forward to sitting down with Doug Burgum. I've talked to Secretary of Energy. See what we can do. I don't know what their objections are, but let's see what they are.
So you have spoken, Governor Lamont. You're still there, I hope. I apologize, sir. I guess he gave a very quick answer on Lisa Cook, kind of what we've been. You know that story, obviously. You know what a big deal that is. I found Secretaries Burgum and Wright to be informed and pleasant, at least to me, in the media. How have you found them? Do you think they're willing to engage and negotiate?
I do. We had talked about this going back, many months. This took me by surprise. It took, not everybody in Washington knew about this. It was a sudden decision that came out of the White House, and I think we'll be able to get this corrected pretty soon. I sure hope so.
So here is my concern about wind. I've got a lot of friends on the New Jersey shore. They don't want to look at the wind turbines. I don't own a house there, but it's their problem, not mine. I get it. But I guess when I heard that this project would be canceled, but 45 of the 65 have already been built, if this project were to not go forward, what would happen to the giant wind turbines? Would they just kind of sit there rotting?
Well, first thing that happens is much more likely we have blackouts in coming years because the energy use is going up. And this is a way that we could generate a lot of electricity now. I'm talking to the Trump administration about natural gas and nuclear and other things we can do to take longer. So it will jack up prices and make our power a lot less reliable. It's a terrible negative. They're not going to shut it down. You can't, just leave these things hanging out there. We're going to get these things going. I just got to see what the terms of engagement are. They change every day.
I know, but it sounds like you're pretty confident, Governor, that you can reach some kind of a deal. There was talk, and we don't know, that Empire Wind kind of got going back because of a nuclear agreement in New York State. Do you feel like if you made a deal to maybe put in a pipeline, because you're only about 200 miles away from one of the biggest natural gas fields in the world, that you might be able to get this kind of thing done?
Yeah, you don't have to ransom notice, though. We already support this. We're already talking to all the necessary players to see if we can bring some more natural gas by pipe into our region. That's not an issue for me. This was just a sudden and hasty decision. I think we're going to be able to turn it back.
Well, the pipeline issue is one that's not an issue for you, but it is an issue for a lot of people. And to your point about use, I look at the power generation, say, in like the New England region, right, north of you, Boston, New Hampshire. A lot of times they're burning trash and trees to make power. That's not environmental, and it's not particularly clean, or they're shipping in LNG on a ship from Trinidad into Boston Harbor. It's kind of weird. You obviously don't want to see that happen either.
No, those LNG ships sit right outside of Boston Harbor. They wait for Putin to invade Ukraine. You watch the price of natural gas through the roof. Then they come in and sell it to us at a 500% premium. One of the things wind does is give us 2.5% extra capacity that will mitigate those spikes. You know what those spikes mean? Higher electricity prices for you. Don't get in the way of that, President Trump. We've got to reduce electric prices in New England.